One race left to be able to get into the championship four at Phoenix Raceway. It's at Martinsville Speedway. Two are locked in. We get the final two spots. We'll talk about it next on NASCAR America Motormouths. Hi, everyone. Marty Snider, Jeff Burton joining you here today. Kyle Larson locked in with the win at Las Vegas. Christopher Bell with the win at Miami. So, Jeff, big question is, who gets the final two spots at Martinsville Speedway this weekend? How do you feel about William Byron? Plus 30, is he good? How do you feel about that?
I think William's good. He just needs to have a decent day. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to win or anything like that. If he goes and qualifies well, gets points in stage one, I think he's fine. But this battle for fourth, it is going to be a dogfight. I don't know. I mean, what concerns me about the 12 car is that they finished well there in the spring, but they were not good. They ran poorly. All of them, really, all the Penske's ran poorly. They had great strategy. They got themselves in the hunt. They're going to have to be a lot better than they were. Again, I mean, they got there, but it was not done in a pretty way. So I'm concerned about them. Reddick, man, I'll be honest. But Buescher, I think Buescher's in a must-win situation.
Yeah,
we've seen him be able to do it. He's in a must-win. I don't know how to pick him. I mean, you got Truex, Hamlin, Reddick, and Blaney, and they're all separated by not that many points. And it is a track position race. Martinsville has turned into a track position race. So, what are you willing to do? How do you qualify? Qualifying is going to be huge on Saturday to get stage one points. But then beyond that, we saw people in the spring stay out, not put tires on. We saw people put 2 tires on. We saw all kinds of different strategies trying to get that track position. And when you get a track position kind of race, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not just about speed here. It is about the right strategy at the right time, understanding the situation you're in. And those kind of races are very hard to understand what's going to happen.
Yeah, let's spend some time on the short track package in general, Jeff. I mean, it hasn't been great with this new car, but it was pretty chilly in the spring race. It's going to be in the 70s for the Sunday race this time around for the Cup Series, and it looks like much warmer conditions. Will that help the track and the race at all?
I think it'll help. The biggest issue right now at Martinsville, Marty, is the tires. You got big wide tires, right, and they make a lot of grip, and so. And the brakes are really good. The tires are really good. And so what happens is that you just don't have a loss of speed like we've seen there in the past. So Goodyear's working exceptionally hard to try to find a tire that will lose speed. NASCAR is working exceptionally hard to try to find ways to make the race car do what it needs to do. There's a big test in Phoenix. After the Phoenix race, there was a test in Richmond. But it's hard to implement those kind of changes in the middle of the year. So it is what it is. And the bottom line is it's most likely going to be a track position race. The track temp coming up some will certainly help that. Handling will certainly be a factor, but it's just not like it was 10 years ago where you see cars lifting on a 80-lap run at the start-finish line. We don't see that today. There's a lot of corner entry speed, a lot of side lateral grip. And again, there's a lot of work going to try to help that. But right now, I think that's the kind of race we're going to have.
So let's get back to a couple of drivers. Tyler Reddick reminded me before the race on Sunday at Miami. He said, we ran top 3 all day long at Martinsville, but then had a terrible end of the race, kind of the opposite of what Ryan Blaney had. I think they don't view that as one of their best racetracks. Is there a path for Tyler Reddick to point his way in to Phoenix?
Oh, 10 points back? Yeah, without a doubt. And look, I think they've been doing a really good job in the playoffs. Not just Tyler Reddick, but Bubba Wallace and his team too. They've brought a lot of speed. I think they're doing 2311 is doing a really good job. And remember, who owns 2311? It's Denny Hamlin. And I can promise you, Denny Hamlin, he has been working with his drivers, and those drivers have been working with him. There's places that they've helped him. Think about how good Bubba Wallace ran at Richmond in the spring. Right. A lot of that is because of the time he spent working with Denny Hamlin. There's no doubt about it. So that same effort's going to go to Martinsville, and they are working hard together on simulator time. They're spending, it matters. And so Yeah, I wouldn't be one bit surprised to see Tyler Reddick go out there and just run fast all day long. It would not surprise me in one bit. As a matter of fact, the problem is it wouldn't surprise me if any of them did that.
Yeah.
It also wouldn't shock me if some of them ran poorly. It's just that kind of year, where you think you got it figured out. Blaney, who had Blaney running as well as he ran?
No one.
Nobody, right? So you just don't know what's going to happen. What this is going to boil down to, Marty, is who makes the least mistakes and who makes the right call at the right time, who lines up in the right line on a late race restart right before the end of the stage. Those small things are what's going to make the difference. I don't think that somebody's just going to outrun everybody else. I think they're all going to run very similar. However, it's executing, it's pit stops, it's right strategy at the right time. It's all of those things. It's the little nuances that are going to separate one from the other. And that's great for us because every single lap is going to matter. Every decision a crew chief makes is going to matter. It's really going to be fun to watch.
I think fans will look at the 5 wins for Denny Hamlin at Martinsville and go, oh, they'll advance. But he hasn't won there since 2015. They've been better lately. What do you think about Denny Hamlin's chances to overcome being down 17 points?
I think I put Hamlin and Truex in the same situation. I think both of them can do it. I think with the availability of stage points, I think they both can point their way in. Blaney is the wild card here, right? And again, this all starts on Friday. This all starts on Saturday, rather. And you're going to have to get stage points. You're not going to gain enough points just by how you finish. And if you have some competitor that's not getting stage points, you better hold them on the mat. Don't ever let them up. Don't ever let them up. And it's just going to be that. It's going 500 laps at Martinsville. Marty, you've been going to Martinsville forever. It is grueling. Mm-hmm. It is one of the most physically difficult racetracks. It's not about the heat, but breaking the car like that, it is hard. And these drivers, man, they're going to really be under pressure physically and emotionally. And again, I think it boils down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
And you throw in all the shifting now as well. I mean, this is going to make it a very difficult day for the drivers. All right, Jeff, who are your 2 that make it to Phoenix for the shot to win the championship other than Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson?
Yeah, I got William Byron and I got Denny Hamlin. I just think, I know there's some talk about Denny. He's not as where he was 2 weeks. I just don't see it. I think Denny's fine. I think he goes to Martinsville. He executes, finds a way. I'm a huge Chris Gabehart fan, the crew chief for Denny. I think they find a way in.
Thanks for watching NASCAR America Motormouths presented by Toyota.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.